Okay, so I'm here with Chris, and we're making another YouTube practice video. This one is on using arm weight to help get a bigger sound. So the first thing is we're gonna do this little thing. I want to with Chris a little exercise. You can sort of try this at home if you have the right kind of music stand. So I have this like music stand to put your viola down. This music stand here. Go ahead, put your viola down. You're not using your viola at the moment. You're using the music stand. So what I want you to do is we're going to take your fingers and your sort of floppy round bow fingers, and we're going to kind of curve them around the stand like this. And I want you to kind of, you see how I'm doing this? I'm kind of like sinking my entire arm down and kind of tugging downward, but it's like more like it's not a push. It's more of like kind of a pull because my arm is sort of like falling and then wrapping around. It's like the wrapping around. It's not grabbing. It's wrapping around. And I've got my knuckles kind of wrapping around. And so I'm sort of tugging downwards. So I want you to try that. I'm going to hold the stand. Because this is the feeling you have to have in your bow. So you want to feel kind of in those, like, especially in your first knuckle. In that, like, kind of there. And see if you can kind of, and get your elbow lower. Yes, he's kind of doing this. You can kind of see it. Yes, I can feel him kind of. And you're not using any of this because it's definitely not a grab. You can't really do that on this music stand anyway. That's why I'm sort of doing that. So that down, you're kind of having this like, downward. That's the feel on your bow. It's not like there's no resistance on the stand that way, but it's not a push into the stand. Actually, what has to happen is if you do that, then you have to kind of grab on, but it's not what we're doing with the bow. We're not grabbing on and pushing. It's sort of this kind of nice downward tug. So we're not pushing on this way. This is like pushing down. It's kind of this like that. Okay, so now with your bow, I want you to find that same, no thumb involved here, where you're kind of got the curve. I'm going to hold the bow. You stick your hand. Yeah, right there. I'm going to hold it like this. And I want you to do that same. You're not going to be at the frog yet, right? Come over here. This, you kind of need somebody to help you. And he's going to do, kind of find that tug. Yeah, exactly. And get your elbow down, kind of, yeah. Exactly. Kind of feel your whole arm. Yeah, see, now feel your thumb out of the picture. That's what you want to do. Now, well, was this your bow or mine?
Yeah.
Who knows whose bow it is? Doesn't matter. Okay, now get your viola and your bow. Now, here's the thing, is that put your viola up and get in front of the camera here. Okay, so when you're coming with the bow into the string, I want the hair to be flat. It needs to be flat in this case because we're trying for big sound here. But I want you to feel like the tug direction, if your viola's flat, is kind of this direction. Actually, you can't really see that well on the camera, but it's coming in this direction, kind of a diagonal towards you. See this diagonal towards you? So you're not kind of going straight up and down, and you're definitely not pushing away. You're kind of like sinking, and the hair is going to be flat. The stick actually could be slightly away from you, but spreading that hair. It's like you're flattening it. So put it on this way. So get all that hair flat, and you're kind of, yeah, see, he's even got the stick a little bit away. That's fine, but make sure you've got all the hair in there. It's kind of like you've spread that hair, which means every single hair is going to rub on there, and then you're going to get a really full tone. And let's get it like here. Right now, just do it on your two middle strings, so D and G for viola. And think about this. Try not to get that thumb kind of in there, because, yeah, can see he has that. Play for me some open, just like open D, G and Ds, just with that feel. Do me a favor. Put your thumb on the outside of for right now. This is just to get this feel of the openness in there. Okay, that's a pretty big sound. Do you feel like less squeezing in the whole thumb bow area? Okay, now put your thumb back in. Why don't you just play the beginning of your piece and see if we can. That's okay. Keep the bow hair flat. Pull it this way. Okay, one thing right now that's working a little against you, I would get your viola a little bit here. Because here, well, I mean, it's flat. It doesn't look quite flat in the video just because of the angle. But, you know, kind of straight across. Because here's the thing. If you're trying to sink down into your strings, and your strings, imagine them, they're kind of like a trampoline. So there's a little give. You know, your strings actually sink in. But if the scroll's sort of falling away and you're trying to sink in, you're never going to get any depth in there. So you got to kind of have that. Yeah. Keep those hairs flat. Keep your elbows sinking it down. Good. Do you feel those knuckles? Do you feel that kind of in there? Like,
Yeah.
you feel it? Okay, good.